Hi, I'm Catherine McCabe and I'm the Dean of Students here in Trinity. You might wonder who I am. Well, I'm an Associate Professor in Nursing. I'm the Dean of Students here since June this year. I've been an academic in Trinity since 2002 and I've had various roles over the years. For example, Director of Undergraduate Teaching and Learning, and also Director of the Trinity Centre for Practice and Healthcare Innovation. I also have plenty of experience as a student. I did a bachelor's degree in nursing studies in UCD. I have a master's in nursing from Manchester University, and I also have a PhD from here in Trinity. You know, when you think about Trinity and coming to Trinity as a student, how do you imagine it? You know, is it the front archway and the front gate that everybody passes by every day, the very traditional view of Trinity? You know, or is it this? Is it the colourful side to Trinity that perhaps we don't see very often, but it's there? You know, maybe this. You know, this is an old photo of the School of Medicine, which was established in 1711. And, you know, you can still see that building here in the main campus. Doesn't really look like that anymore, but it's still there. But also, the School of Medicine looks very different now. Here's the School of Medicine, the Trinity Biomedical Sciences Institute. You can see this building on Pier Street, and it's ultra-modern. But you know, maybe this is the answer. Trinity is a bit of both. We have our very traditional long room library, and also beside that we have the long room hub. And you know, these buildings stand kind of beside each other, and they're a good representation really of Trinity. It's the mix of the old, the new, the tradition, the innovation. So it's different sides to Trinity. But when we're considering, is Trinity the place for you? I suppose we should start with really, what do you expect from Trinity? You know, if you came here as a student, what would your life be like? And how would we support you here on your journey throughout your course? I'm going to talk about that now, but also, you know, maybe when I'm finished that, we'll have a few minutes to discuss what Trinity expects from you as a student while you're here, but also when you're finished. What kind of a graduate do we expect you to be? The Trinity mission and the co-curriculum is an important aspect of student life. We expect that graduates use their skills and talents in a way, you know, that's kind of fearless. And we want you to engage in actions that they kind of advance a society that's pluralistic, it's a just society, and it's a sustainable society. And that's what we aim for in our graduates. But we do know that we need to support the development of graduates who can do this. And to do this, students need a very deep knowledge. They also need competencies in relation to their chosen disciplines and various courses that they undertake. But the broader knowledge can be derived from Trinity electives, and we offer a very wide programme of electives for our students to undertake. And you know, these electives are interesting because it gives you an opportunity to, you know, undertake study in an area that, you know, you have an interest in, or maybe even in an area that you didn't know you had an interest in, but that it's beyond the course you've chosen. It gives you a wider perspective and something new to learn about. Also, a broader set of attributes are developed through co-curricular experiences, and we think that these attributes kind of give you a greater awareness and I suppose a confidence to engage in the kind of challenges that you face, not just when you're doing your course, but when you're finished and as you begin your careers and throughout life even. And that these co-curricular experiences can also give you confidence, to engage with your career and have a better career. The Trinity graduate attributes, we have 4 of them, and they are to act responsibly, to think independently, to communicate effectively, and to develop continuously. And we believe that if you develop these attributes, it will do a number of things. It will help you in a number of ways. And these include being self-motivated, and being able to take responsibility and wanting to take responsibility, that you would be able to listen, to persuade and collaborate positively with others outside your discipline, and or people that you may or may not agree with, but also that you're capable of adapting to change. And that's really important in today's world because it changes so quickly. Also that you connect with people in a way that's positive. And that's fundamental to success, and it's fundamental to leadership. Know how to deal with ambiguity, commit to your own personal development and, lifelong learning, and do that through reflection, to continuously reflect throughout your lives and careers. Be confident to take measured risks, and also to have a global perspective. And that's really important too, because you'll come across a lot of people that you agree with, but also there are people you may not agree with. And obviously a global perspective is important for understanding and respecting other people's views. You may wonder what my role as Dean of Students is, and I suppose I'll explain that. You'll be glad to know that life here in Trinity is not all about academia, and this is where I come in. My role is to kind of integrate or dovetail your academic experiences with the less academic experiences. So that would include things like aspects of student life such as clubs and societies, Trinity Health, counselling, and all of the other things that are really important to ensure that you have a good experience here and that contribute to your intellectual and personal development. The Trinity student of today, well, we think, they want to deliver economic, cultural and social innovation and entrepreneurship. And you're in the right place for that. And the reason I say that is because we have 25% of our student population is international. 50% of all students will incorporate an internship or an exchange into their degree, and that gives you a much broader experience. Also 100% of students, so all of you, will do a capstone research project in your final year, and that's really good actually for developing your confidence and independent learning. Graduates from Trinity founded more venture-backed companies than any other European university in the last 12 years. And also Trinity is 48th in the world for producing venture-backed entrepreneurs from its undergraduate program. So that should be of real interest to you. Well, for those of you who want to engage in that activity, and actually some of you probably don't know whether you do or not, and Trinity will provide the opportunity for you to explore that. What can Trinity offer you? Well, we offer academic excellence, and we have top degree programs here that are well known around the world and sought after by students throughout the world. We have research inspired curriculum that is delivered by top researchers. We have a legal deposit library, scholarship program. We also have international networks. And we are partners with over 300 universities worldwide. So we have a very broad reach, really, in all aspects. We are ambitious, and we want you to be ambitious. And we think that if you choose Trinity, that is a very good option for you, because Trinity College is Ireland's #1 university. It's ranked 101 in the world by QS rankings, and that was this year. It's 155th, ranked by Times Higher this year. In terms of teaching and learning, which I think is very important for you, and indeed for us as academics in delivering that for you. It's ranked 37th in Europe and first in Ireland. Also, when it comes to impact, and that impact is in terms of its research and also in terms of its teaching, it's 14th in the world, which is really excellent. In terms of internationalisation, Trinity is 40th in the world. Employability, which I know will be of interest to all of you, 92nd ranked in 2020. So that's really important as well. And innovation and entrepreneurship, which I have mentioned already, Trinity is first in Europe for producing entrepreneurs, and that's for the past 5 years. So we have a good track record in that. But what else do we do here? Well, the E3 Institute is being developed at the moment, and this is a really exciting project. And this project integrates engineering, technology, and the natural sciences in order to, I suppose, address the challenges of sustainability and a livable planet. And Trinity is really striving to contribute to that on a global scale. And that's why it is developing this infrastructure. And its intention is to contribute to this in a meaningful way in the future. So this is really exciting, especially for those of you who are interested in careers around science and technology and engineering. But what else can Trinity give you? Well, first of all, we have a lot of academic supports. Some of you may need these, others may not, or you may need to only access them now and then. But the kind of things that we can provide are things like presentation and writing skills. Also time management and study skills. And I think that's important because, you arrive here in college and you it's exciting, but you need to learn how to balance, the academic requirements with social life. And as I've said already, both are really important, but you do need to get that balance right. So we can help you do that. And also, I suppose, by developing your skills in terms of writing and time management and studying, you're kind of learning how to manage yourself. So you're not reliant on other people to drive your learning for you. You learn how to do it yourself. And that's a really important skill for your lifelong learning, to be able to motivate yourself and manage yourself. So we have the academic supports for that. And you can do those kind of things online or face-to-face if you wish. It depends what you prefer. Also, Trinity provides access for students. So, and it also fundamentally believes in the equality of opportunity to all of you with talent and ambition. And, we have programs like TAP, which is the Trinity Access Programme. There's other routes to education, for example, DARE and HERE, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and other alternative admissions as well. We also provide support and education around innovation and entrepreneurship. For example, Tangent, which is based in the School of Business, and also the Innovation Academy. Both of those are really useful if you're sure you want a career in business and entrepreneurship, or if, as I said earlier, you're not sure and you just like to explore these and see what it means. Because remember, regardless, whatever course you're doing, entrepreneurship is important and relevant. the other supports that we have for you as students, there's a long list of them here in Trinity, but perhaps I suppose the main one is our tutor system, and this is unique to Trinity. And what the tutor system does is it provides each of you with a named person and their contact details, and this person will be with you for the duration of your course, and they will provide support for you in relation to many different aspects of your life here. You know, for example, if you need say an extension to an assignment submission date, you can contact your tutor. Or if you need some time off because you're sick, or, you know, lots of things happen in life, you know, when you might need to take a bit of time out, so your tutor can help you with that. And you know, or maybe you need some financial help, or, you know, sometimes you just want to talk to somebody. You know, you're getting on okay, but you might be a bit anxious or whatever. Your tutor's always there. So it's an excellent system, and use that. Then the next thing we have is student to student, which is also known as S2S. In fact, it's primarily known as S2S. That's how you'll see it written. And this is a student-led support system, and it provides an information kind of service, and it's actually led by student volunteers. And it's great for you because these volunteers will organise kind of group events or social events, whether that's online or face-to-face, and it's a great way for you to meet other students from other courses, and it's also useful too because it gives you a student perspective on life in Trinity, and it's great to get that, you know, and they can give you tips about real life here. Other supports that we have, I've mentioned already, around student learning and academic supports. We have the health centre, careers advisory, and that's something that's available for you from day one as well. Disability services, chaplaincy, counselling, and day nursery. So that's just a brief list of what's available. But you know, if there's other ways in which we can help you, we always will. And again, there's starting point is probably always your tutor. Okay, so for those of you who are, you know, probably going to be new to Trinity, or if you're new to Dublin, you may not, or if you're new to Ireland, when you arrive in Trinity, you will receive a 12-week orientation programme. And it's called Trinity in 12 Weeks. And that programme is extensive. It gives you information about many aspects, all aspects actually, of life here for a student. Even from, you know, managing your money, looking after yourself, even learning how to live with people who are not family members, because that can be a challenge. And, you know, maybe how to manage exams, and, you know, you receive your Trinity toolkit and study skills and all of that. So, and it's spread out over a period of time, which I think is helpful, so you don't get everything at the same time. And also what we'll do here is we can give you information about how you start to plan your career for when you leave Trinity, and that's in conjunction with careers advisory. So, you know, we start early here. We make sure that, you know, you're ready to hit the ground running when you complete your degree. Then, of course, we have Freshers Week, and Freshers Week is a really exciting week here in Trinity because we have all of our clubs and societies in Front Square, and, you know, they're all vying for your membership. So they usually have lots of freebies, but really they just want to meet you, say hello, and tell you about what they do. And it's a really good opportunity for you because you can, you know, you can either join a club or society that you're interested in, but you might see something that actually, you know, that looks interesting. I've never done it before, but, you know, I'll give it a go. So you can do that either. And you know, I mentioned, you know, some of the kind of the importance of having a social aspect and meeting new students when you come here, and clubs and societies are a really fantastic way of doing that. And you can see the provost playing frisbee, so we do have a frisbee society if you want to join that. Sports, you can see here images of the swimming pool. We have athletics in front square, canoeing, and also you can see the sports centre there. It goes out onto Pearse Street, but also there is an an entrance on campus as well. But the sports facilities they're excellent and well organised. Now the societies, we have Trinity Orchestra. You can see from this image that it's on the main stage at Forbidden Fruit and indeed Electric Picnic. Excellent orchestra, a lot of contemporary work. There's covers of Daft Punk, Arcade Fire and Pink Floyd, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. Also Player puts on 40 productions every year, and they're fantastic. There's something for everybody there. And also we have the best Irish language society out of all the universities and colleges. There's also Jailbreak. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. I'd say probably some of you are. This has raised well over 165,000 over 5 years for various charities, and it was created and organised by TCD students Jack Cantillon and Claire Cullen. And then we have student life, other aspects of student life. For example, the HIST, which is the oldest debating society in the world. And I mean, that's something really, isn't it? It was established in 1747. And then we have the Phil also, which is the oldest student society, and that was established in 1683. And both of these have had numerous speakers, and you recognise faces and names, but some of the speakers are Joe Biden, and we all know who he is. Madeleine Albright, Desmond Tutu, Angela Merkel, Ralph Fiennes, Nancy Pelosi, Tim Cook, Oliver Stone, Al Pacino, and a personal favourite of mine, Martin Scorsese, Jonah Hill, and Channing Tatum. Really diverse, different opinions. You may agree with some, you may not, but you know what? It makes for a good evening out and some very interesting conversations. So always, make time to go and hear these for a good evening out. Other aspects of student life here include Trinity Ball, which is outdoor music festival with 5 stages. Also an international culture experiences throughout the year. There's Global Room, which has about 300 internationally themed events. There's the International Society. They organise various trips yearly, weekly. And the Summer Concert Series, of which I have had personal experience, and it's an excellent venue. So again, there's something for everybody here. I would like to talk to you about student volunteering, and I think this is something that Trinity really values in both staff and students, and encourages, because giving back something to society and contributing in a meaningful and positive way, as part of civic engagement, is something that we're actively involved in and promote whenever we can. And each year we have over 300 applicants for some of the awards that we offer. For example, the Dean's List, the Dean's Leadership Award for Volunteering, and the Trinity Legacy Award for Volunteering. So, if those of you who are interested in that, you can do that through the societies as well. For example, the Vincent de Paul, or if there was just something that you do already or want to do in the future, that is something that Trinity would be very supportive of. So, what will Trinity expect from you? Well, we just want you to rise to the intellectual challenges of your degree. We want you to get on well. We want you to be successful. And we will support you in any way that we can. We would not want you to feel that you were struggling on your own. And we would like to support you if you feel you need it. Some of you won't, and some of you might need help at certain stages or whatever, but we want you to be successful. We also want you to use the intellectual and personal attributes that you develop while you're here, and use those to contribute, I suppose, to your community and society. You know, to be an upstanding person, be a positive person and a helpful, kind person, but somebody who helps society through your career. You know, but these attributes are things that you may not be aware that you're developing, you know. Maybe not for many years, you won't be aware of these, but, you know, you'll probably find that when you get to year 4, or the final year of your degree, you'll be feeling more confident. And certainly when you graduate, all of these milestones will increase your confidence, and other attributes. So you will develop these, and I suppose we hope that they will allow you and give you the ability to use them well for your community and society. We also want you to use your knowledge, you know, to be curious, to be creative and innovative, you know, in whatever way you can. You know, it could be world leader, or it could be local leader. It could be whatever, but to use them in that way. Also, to bring your own individual diversity, passions and interests to Trinity community. We welcome those, and I think you can use those to, you know, take the opportunities that we offer, but also to make your own opportunities while you're here. So we expect and we hope that you have a good experience here, and that it is a time of growth, personal and professional, for you. So, life is good here in Trinity. It's sometimes a little bit challenging, hard work. But you know what? It's good fun. Now, it's not always sunny, but it doesn't have to be. So, back to the question. Is Trinity right for you? Well, I hope so. And I look forward to meeting you. Thank you, and good luck with your studies.